As an eco printer, there are many things to be found in thrift stores. You may know these as charity shops or op shops, but there are many things to find in addition to garments which you can eco print. So here are a few of my absolute favorite things to look out for. Obviously, garments, then accessories, things such as scarves to print, berets, leather belts. Leather belts are wonderful, maybe to use as a shoulder strap for a handbag. You can also look for old bags that can be deconstructed and you can use the hardware. Woolen blankets, linen tablecloths, placemats, table runners, what we in Ireland called napkins, but I'm actually not sure what you call them, maybe serviettes in other parts of the world. But they're large pieces of fabric that you would put on your lap when you are eating. You also can often find fabric like yardage, things that have been left over from other people's projects. You might find some yarn or some good quality sewing thread. You might find string to use when you're tying your eco bundles. I also like looking for good quality sheets. In France and places like that, you can get beautiful linen sheets, often with monograms, and they can be deconstructed and printed and then sewn into beautiful garments. Or, of course, you can eco print them just as they are. If you're somebody who uses an iron blanket, don't forget that sheets can make a very good iron blanket. Then old towels. Who doesn't need an old towel in their studio? There are items that you can use from the equipment perspective, the supply perspective, such as fish kettles, processing pots, steamers, turkey roasters. I saw a marvelous turkey roaster in the Goodwill store in Kalamazoo in Michigan, I think it was. And it actually was a whole big thing. There was a huge big pot and it sat on a base and it had a propane burner. I mean, absolutely fantastic, but I couldn't have taken that home with me to Ireland. So keep a lookout for propane burners as well. Gas cookers. I like to use fireside implements for taking my bundles out of the pot. So fire or barbecue tongs, something that's long and so that I can avoid the risk of getting a burn. It's always handy having plenty of buckets and rolling pins that you use for rolling pastry. They are marvelous for rolling bundles on. Also, one of my friends and online students, her name is Karen Young, gave me a marvelous tip recently. She uses the long metal tubes on wind chimes for rolling bundles on, and I think that's a great idea. So thank you, Karen, for that tip. And the other thing you can look out for if you are somebody who has a business from your sustainable textile practice, look out for items that you can use to display your pieces on. If you are having a booth at a fair, for example, things like wooden ladders, old picture frames, suitcases, maybe small tables or drawers. There are so many ways to creatively display eco-printed garments and fabric. And often you will find some of the best display materials in a thrift store. So have fun when you are shopping for all these things and just make a list, even if you think you can't remember them, and bring that list with you on that treasure hunt.